going? She's outside seeing the sunshine, nice and clean. El Prez is still there. I'm half tempted. Do I keep it as the Don, or do I just change it to El Prez for the rest of the season until Lily takes over? I'm not sure. El Prez or the Don. We'll see. But yeah, going to take a little trip. We've got to go and get our oil catch under tray made at Lee's. Can't really tell everyone to go and get themselves an oil catch tray if I don't have one myself. So, what, a month before racing? Time to go get it. Okay, so we're at Liam Ross's. One of my winter jobs that I said I wanted to do was get an oil drip tray fitted. We've been pushing for a number of our front wheel drive races to fit one of these to the cars, and you know, being chairman of the VWDLC and promoter of the front wheel drive stuff, I can't really expect other people to do it and not do it myself. So essentially what we're looking at is like a drip tray to cover the engine and the gearbox, something that will mount onto here on the subframe and will basically come around the whole of the engine and have like a 3-inch lip, so it will come right up to here sort of thing, and then just have a lip around it so it catches anything that drips from the engine. You have some absorbent pads in as well. Not only does it help you not lose races, because sometimes, you know, you see a driver just sent back for the smallest of drips underneath the engine, which, I mean, technically, I mean, what can be a small drip under the engine could be a torrent towards the end of the track, but on the odd occasion, sometimes there might be just the odd tiny drip, and if you get sent back and you lose a race, that's gutting. So at least if you've got the drip tray, it will catch that, you'll never see it, and you have the absorbent pads. So we're going to do that. We just got to work out how to do it. Obviously, it's going to clip over here and put it in place, and then you'll pivot it up, and then it'll be bolted this end somewhere. But where is the question? So one of the things I was looking at was a bonnet exit exhaust. You can't really see. Did you see it in the middle there? The exhaust comes out of here on the turbo and comes down at the moment, and I was hoping to remove that to, you know, drop a bit of weight, because at the moment it's got, obviously, it's a full straight through system, but it's probably what, a couple of kilos. And I had a new use for this as well, for the downpipe. I'll show you that in another video. But the problem is, as Lee said, is if you can see here, that is the brake servo there, and it's also got the plastic bottle and stuff, and if the exhaust was to go up through there, it's basically going to be way too close to that, and potentially too hot, would boil the fluid, or may even you know, melt the brake lines. So a bonnet exit exhaust, unfortunately, is a no-no for this setup. Then the next thing is the potential for changing the intercooler setup. Now this was, again, an intercooler we had lying around when we put it together. It's actually quite large, but we were talking about it. The intercooler comes from the bottom here and comes up to about here behind the bumper. So there's a massive section there of inefficiency where you're getting no airflow to it. We were looking at intake temps of, I think it was like high 40s, going into the mid 50s at the top end of the track. So not too hot, but really not amazing at all, considering we're on E85. So we got the old intercooler that I used for the dragster, but I never actually got around to using it, which is like a much thicker core. And it's only just a little bit smaller than this. Once again, it fits behind here. So what we're going to have to do is look to see how it would fit best, whether it's good to go behind here, or whether we can make some room and it'll go up behind the grille, because there's a good bit of airflow. Either way, the intercooler is this bit's in the middle. I really don't want to cut the carbon fibre up. That's the problem. But I think, you know, I'm going to have to do a little Photoshop edit and see what this would look like should I take this grill out and cut away this carbon fibre bit there and make some way of that front grille staying in. But either way, it's, I don't know. I mean, that's the problem with the Mk5 Golf. It's a pretty car at the front, and having a look around for garishly big intercoolers, everyone's done a really good job of making sure that the intercooler fits behind the actual bodywork. And like, you know, your Mark 1, your Mark 2, your Mark 3 Golfs, none of them really had intercoolers. So people either have them hanging out so you see them and they're just like, yeah, it's an intercooler there. So I don't know. We're going to have a look at it. We're going to have to get the front end off and have a look and go from there. So let's strip it down, shall we? First step then is taking the bumper off, and that reveals the intercooler just behind it. You can see cut into the crash bar. It's actually, it's the same size. It's all right, just much thicker. So front bumper's off. Just remove the boost pipe work. So what we're talking about is obviously we've got the centre inlet manifold, which is going to go here. Now normally on a road car, everyone says you can't do it because obviously the radiator is in the way. Now we haven't got a road car. Radiator can be moved, can be changed, and so hopefully the idea is centre inlet manifold here comes down. New intercooler behind here in that place, and then it will come out and it will go straight up to the turbo there. So instead of the pipework coming out going along here down, then 90 degree down here, 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree into the intercooler, 90 degree, 80 and all the way up there. It's just up to there, sorry, yeah. It's just gonna shorten the pipework. There you go, so that's the front end off. Loads of room. That, the bumper, and hopefully lose all of that. 2 extra fans, we don't need all of that. Extra pump, that's not even used. All weight. Okay, so everything's unplugged. Fuel rails out. It's got a couple more bolts. We'll take this off, and then we'll basically try and fit the Passat inlet manifold. It's going to be a case of fitting it, putting the front clip back on, just to make, or at least bringing the bonnet down to see if it actually fits. So let's go. Well, actually, that fits pretty good. So the moment of truth is loads of room. Damn, that fits lovely. Obviously it needs going in the old parts washer, but yeah, so the inlet manifold fits. Obviously we just got to put the front clip on and then kind of work out where in this vicinity. I mean, actually probably all the way up here that the intercooler will go. So there's quite a lot of room there. Because we're going to get rid of that front clip, there'll be a nice little bar that just comes around here, so it gets rid of all that massive plastic. And then we got a radiator just there, which hopefully will literally just bolt directly onto here. And then all we've got to do is just extend this with 290 degrees, and that will bolt behind here. So leaving quite a bit of extra room here. Yeah, it's looking good. So I just basically laid the injector rail on there, but that fits. I just don't want to put the injectors in there because it's, you know, pretty manky. So here, throttle body, pipe work, intercooler, and then basically it will come out the intercooler and go straight up here to there. So this fuel cell is going, and a new fuel cell will be put here. So again, putting the weight further forward, which means that this headlight inlet would instead come up, and it will come round here and into the headlight, leaving that space empty here where the boost pipe work will go up and into the turbo. Oh, there you go, radiator's removed. The front clip is back on. As you can see, it actually pretty much, it fits. I mean, you could even just use this plastic bit. Obviously it doesn't really weigh anything. Now we've taken the radiator out, and the aluminium radiator is a lot lighter, but the fact that it clears it just means you don't need bonnet pins. You can just keep using the bonnet latch. Now obviously the headlights bolt into here and into here, so that holds the headlights in as well. Now obviously you'll probably trim here, you don't need that, and trim that, but you could leave that if you wanted to. And as you can see, quite a lot of room now. I don't know where my torch has gone, but yeah, that actually leaves quite a bit of room. So yeah, what to do. Now you realise how much room there is. And it's all about the placement of the intercooler. But see, loads of room now. Okay then, so that's as far as we got today. Basically it was just a case of taking it all off and mocking it up to see how it would fit. To be honest, there's only 27 sleeps until round one, so the chance of Lee actually getting all of this done in time will be pretty slim. But basically what we've done, we've removed everything, we've measured. Lee can start making stuff, and basically if it doesn't get done, everything that was originally there can just be bolted back up and we're good to go. Nothing is getting reused, nothing's getting thrown away. So basically we are ready for round one of the VWDRC Championship, which is going to be the Spring Speed Nationals at the end of March. So once again, drop a like, subscribe, comment, and hopefully you'll see the build continue and progress. And since there's now 4 of us running KO4 hybrids, we've got our own little mini fight going on. So Chase to the 10s is on with a KO4. Can we do it? Well, you're going to have to subscribe to see how the season goes. Thanks for watching. See you soon.